So I read and watched Inside the Apocalyptic Worldview of Tucker Carlson tonight. So it basically starts off with the fact that Tucker Carlson he pushes extremist ideas and conspiracy theories and how it's gotten progressively worse. So there was a group of Times journalists that spent nearly a year reading the transcripts of over 1,000 episodes of Tucker Carlson Tonight from the show's inception all the way to the end of 2021. So what I like about the story so much is how much time and effort the journalists had to go through to make the story a reality. They also brought something to light that a lot of Americans couldn't really see because, you know, they showed that it got darker and darker. And as a viewer of the show, you don't really know that because you don't get to see the big picture. You don't see the patterns. So they were able to find the patterns and look at the whole picture. You know, I just find their effort like really inspiring. They also talk about like how every guest who appeared on the show was also counted, along with whether he or she agreed with Tucker Carlson. So they also talk about like how basically they count different aspects and use the numbers to tell a story and show the reader how many times certain things happen. So I want us to start off with the first page of the story. It has hundreds of clips of Tucker Carlson playing behind the first sentence, which is just terrifying. I want to know more. They talk about they talk about how he says they and you, and it just makes me want to know who are they and who is you. I love how they cut clips together and it starts small and it gets bigger. It's just kind of scary how he comes at you, and it just like I kind of was like, whoa, what's going on? The story is very easy to follow throughout. I like how they highlight that they highlight they and you in different colors so it stands out. So you're always wondering they and you. I loved how they displayed the public figures at the bottom, and then they like would roll the Tucker Carlson tape under it, and it would highlight each figure that he spoke about. It was just really interesting. I like how they cut clips to show what Carlson kept saying over and over again. He just does the same thing over and over again. They also shift from episode to episode with Carlson's voice to show the reader what episode he says the same type of thing. So they give like this box of like all these episodes, and they'll show like in like it'll just light up. All the yellow that lights up is what he said, like one specific thing. He says it in like all these episodes. It's just showing the patterns. And then it also showed that the more the show went on, he brought on guests that originally like the show would happen and the guests agreed with him. And then or the guests did not agree with him. And then as the show went on, they started disagreeing with him. So yet again, I just love how it's showing patterns. It's showing it's getting worse and worse. It's getting darker and darker. They also showed his monologues were going up and up and up and up. And when it was Black Lives Matter, he was talking for 20 minutes just straight into the camera. They just show how many like suspect things that he says that just keep getting worse and worse and worse. And that's why I like the story so much. It's not just, oh, this is what's happening. It's this is how it's getting worse. Like this is how it's progressing. And the story it's like super easy to follow. They had a timeline on like the top that you could just click through. They also would show text and you couldn't advance for like 5 seconds, which I like because then it kind of forced me to read the text. I think basically what I'm taking from this project really is I kind of need to step it up. I need to find great ways to develop multimedia stories. I need to be use engaging pieces of multimedia storytelling. They put a lot of time and effort. I need to put a lot of time and effort. I need to find the patterns. I need my story to flow. I need my story to be interactive. I need my story to be easy to read. I need it to be unique. I can tell my readers how I made certain conclusions and what my basis for making those certain points. Like how the story explained how it categorized at the end. It kind of said like this is how we came up with certain things and how we categorize certain things Tucker Carlson was saying. And I just need to figure out ways how to do that. How to really just tell the best multimedia story that's super interactive and super interesting. And what softwares can I use to find how to do that. And I think that's going to be the biggest challenge, but also the most fun part about telling my final story.